Hey everyone, Kayn here, and in this one we're gonna talk about Refining Master. But first things first, I have to let you know I have a cold, my voice is breaking sometimes, so I have a tea, and sometimes there may be short breaks for me to, sip my tea. So, that aside, this event, prior to, or rather the first time this event appeared, I kind of called it a scam. And a scam for the fact that 70% of the pulls that you did actually landed on this friggin' fine steel. 70%. 70 or like 60, 65, close to 70, I don't know. It was just friggin' crazy. I required 20,000 Linari just to get 40,000 of these cast irons to finish the furnace gifts. And now I finished most of it. I saved like 120,000. And now I spent 35 pulls, so that's like 6 free. About less than 6,000 Linari, like 5.5 thousand, to get more than 40,000 cast iron. So that's less than 3 times, or rather 1/3, 1/4 of the previous cost, somewhere like that. It's just crazy how bad the previous refining master was. However, there is another thing to touch on. These 35 attempts that I played, I never landed on level 2, and I don't think I almost ever landed on level 1 either. I think I landed on these level zeros a couple of times, and the rest of the times it was fine steel, cast iron, +1 rune, anima boxes, or tech rush, and that's like pretty much it. There is like nothing else that I ever procced. Like a level 3, I think purify, maybe I got it one time, and pretty much like potential potions. Armaments were very, very, very rare. And armaments is like the reason why I kind of suggested for people to play this. So, and play this only one time to like 100 points or 100 attempts. Do you mind you? I do have to specify because a lot of people take stuff out of context. And why would you play that? So, majority of the time, or whenever the feature came out, I had one level 3 and the rest were level 2 and level 1. Do you see the difference now of me playing once to level, or rather 100 attempts? Most of these are like level 4s and level 3s, but I was a little bit lucky. I was landing on level 2s. One time got 4x level 3s. Then I got some like basic ones. I was landing on the armaments quite a lot. So I did upgrade majority of them rather quite quickly. And that's not only the dragon, I have the army ones, I have the hero ones also at very, very similar levels. However, this one is not really proccing that well, so now it's 50-50. Either you get the upgrade materials like fine steel and cast iron, or you do get the armament, or like the other stuff, which is not really that amazing to even think about. So, I also did play Lucky Wheel, and I got like 200 level 0 boxes as well, one time or twice. I kind of forgot, but yeah, that's another thing there. So, in the end, it is better, and people should play it, and likely should play it to, I guess, reach at least 100,000 or 200,000. But that is if people kind of saved their cast irons and then spent it in this event. If you had 0 or you started with 0, I am not sure if this is actually pretty good for you to play. There is no achievements that I always speak about. Now, I do have to always let people know about achievements because too many people take stuff out of context like all the friggin' time. So if you're pretty new on the server, the game, the account, you're like half a year or less, and I do believe I have all tiers of gameplay watching me, so I do have to let people know. If you don't have particular achievements like prisms, right? True prisms like True Emerald, Ruby on specific heroes, those heroes will not do damage, those heroes will not tank, those heroes will not heal, those heroes will not buff. and plenty of other things, or survive or stuff like that. So you have to keep that in mind. Then the other thing is the skin, which is like the last one on the list. The skin only helps late game players or mid tier players as well, depending if you're lucky or not. The reason for that is you get 10% stats from the skin, and these stats are true. So it's more easier to explain when I don't need to remove points from the values. So 10% on Valerie from 11 million will be plus 12 million HP. So just 10% added on top of it. 23 million attack would then become 25.3 million attack because 10% true damage stats. So that is quite a lot for late game or even by the end of the mid-tier players. So yeah, that is also what people should keep in mind. Now, the other thing, probably the or one of the more important ones is the dragon abilities, and you do require a couple of them at least. Dragon scale is probably currently one of the most important abilities in the game, especially in PvP. I'm not sure if PvE stuff requires it anymore for me, but PvP, if you don't have the dragon scale and you face or your dragon is in front of like mages and Rufio, they're just gonna get, or rather they're just gonna explode that dragon in a couple of seconds. And the simplest of way to explain it is this grants a lot of HP, a lot of reduced damage taken, and also a chance to sort of evade the damage. This is not like evade, but like if you are hit for a specific amount of damage, you instantly get healed. That heal is likely increased by healing received. All of those kinds of things, you know, and in the end, this becomes just a pretty freaking crazy ability not to have on your dragon. So after that, I have Aura Blast for damage taken increase on enemy, and there are like plenty of more as well, right? So you have to also keep that in mind. If you don't have achievements, you should not really play this event. And that's like pretty much it, right? I mean, this event is pretty good if you have not really played it or haven't spent money on it. The first buffs that you're gonna get after doing it are just crazy. So today I spent like 200 cast iron plus some armaments plus some breakthroughs. I increased 100,000 HP on my skellies, but the more important part is that my heroes got about 1 million or more than 1 million attack. Now it doesn't seem a lot, but man, can you notice the differences in their damage? So if I would add a skin on Valerie and make this 25, that is pretty huge amounts of damage that I'm kind of adding on my Valerie. And the more damage you have, the better it is becoming in terms of PvP and of course some PvE content. So I don't think that this event is no longer a scam, but I still think that the armaments are not really landing quite often, but at least the cast iron thing is fixed. And at least for me, right? I think some people said that before it wasn't even bad, but I'm not sure. I just got cugged by this like incredibly before, but now I think it's good. I think it's okay. I think people should play this at least once in their account's lifetime. Whether now or later or half a year later is up to you, right? But I think at least one time people should kind of play, at least for the armaments, which it should likely grant you, and you can boost them up rather quite quick. But yeah, I suppose that's pretty much it. There is not really that much to cover anymore than just explaining a few things and my experience that I had in it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play further, but I'm actually pretty close to a tier 4 armory. So let me just quickly show so people know. I am less than 100,000 from having this at tier 4. So yeah, I have some stuff to think about, and we'll see in the future. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. If you did enjoy it and you learned something new, do let me know in the comments down below, as well as do let me know how the refining master fared for you, and of course other people would actually know if this bug still persists, or was I somewhat lucky to keep landing on cast iron. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And if you wish to support me more than just watching my videos, I have made a Patreon page where you would be able to do just that, as well as I would be able to help you out more individually as well. As well as I would like to thank my two Patreons, Scott and Near, for subscribing. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.